Going to bring on now Russ Yershon, got some darts play for us, and it's rapid. What in Premier League week 15, I think we're heading into. But Russ Yershon will explain more at Russ Yersh. Give him a follow on Twitter. Hello, Russ. Is it week 15 now? Premier League darts we're heading into?
It's week 15, weekend of the Premier League darts. Then you go straight to the semi-finals.
That's right. That's right. So, big question is, who will qualify for the playoffs?
Yeah, look, the top two are pretty much nailed on with Rob Cross and Michael van Gerwen. Then there's a four-way fight to who will make third and fourth. Suljovic, Price, Wade and Gurney.
Yeah.
Two of them meet this week in Gurney and Price. So that's obviously a key matchup. But obviously for Suljovic versus Cross, Suljovic is fourth. He needs to get a point at least or a win to make sure he's in the top four going into final week. But for Rob Cross, he's top of the table. He'll look to win in week 15 and then follow up with a win in week 16. And then he tops the table ahead of semi-finals and finals night at the O2 in London.
Yeah. Yeah, well, just looking at the Suljovic versus Rob Cross here on Thursday, 9th of May. Rob Cross priced in at 1.91. That seems quite a backable favourite.
Yeah, look, Rob Cross has been superb. He's been the most consistent. That's why he's top of the table on 20 points. I fancy him to get the job done here.
Yeah.
Suljovic will be a bit nervous going into this, although he's been playing quite well in recent weeks. Cross has been even in better form, scoring well. His checkouts have been high. And I just think Rob Cross knows that if he can finish top, he may well get to play Suljovic in the semi-finals, and then he'll be confident enough to get a place in the final, where I would have thought he'll play against Van Gerwen.
Yeah, I think so. Then we've got Daryl Gurney, Gerwen Price there. Very, very evenly matched there on the outrights. How do you see that game playing out?
Oh, I'm all over Daryl Gurney here. He's 1-2 on the spin. He beat Michael van Gerwen last week. He's full of confidence. Price lost to Wade last week. There's a bit of needle between those two. So Price stormed off the stage after losing, and he didn't win the previous week. So he hasn't won in two. He knows he needs to win ahead of week 16 to have any chance of qualifying for the semi-final as well. As I said, Daryl Gurney, I fancy him to get the job done here. I think it's 2.4. I think that's a bit of value. I think Gurney is in such good form. He should be a bit shorter. But look, you never know in the Premier League of darts. But as I said, Gurney's in really, really red-hot form. You don't beat Michael van Gerwen every day of the week. So he'll be boosted by that win and know that a win in week 15 could see him into semi-finals night.
Yeah. How do you think Michael van Gerwen took that beating there? Do you think do you think it sort of woken him up a little bit? Thought, oh dear, I better step things up a little bit.
Yeah. Funny enough, he did that there was the Australian Open last weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which he won that quite handsomely. So he knows he can bounce back. He will bounce back. He does bounce back. He is the world number one. He is the best player. Come semi-finals night, he'll be in red-hot form. Thus, he's 1.53 to win the Premier League of darts.
Yeah.
And obviously, this week he faces Peter Wright, who is joint bottom with Michael Smith. It's not a walkover as such for Van Gerwen, but he will win this. He could even win it 8-0. It's just a massive mismatch. So he wins, goes to 21 points. It's just up to Rob Cross whether he can do the same over Suljovic and go up to 22.
Yeah. I have to say as well, that loss there, Michael van Gerwen's odds still 1.53, still very low. Obviously, on the other side, the Michael Smith seems to be struggling. James Wade there, priced 2.1 to beat him. That seems like a decent price against a guy that is struggling in form.
100% that. I would have that at 1.9 James Wade. I'm all over that. I'm all over that price of. I had 2. He's even gone to 2.1. I'm not sure why. Smith is getting beat every week. He's out of it on 9 points. He cannot qualify. He's got nothing to play for apart from pride. Wade knows he needs to win. He wants to make semi-finals night. And again, you look at who Smith has played in recent weeks. Suljovic, Gurney. They've all beaten Smith because they want it a bit more. And again, at 2.1, Wade, that's an absolute banker, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, Russ, I have to say. So James Wade, we've got 2.1. We like Rob Cross, 1.91. We like, I can't remember now what you said, which one you said? Daryl Gurney at 2.4. Michael Van Gogh, obviously priced super low, they're 1.32. But you think he can win this like 8-0. So what would be the bet for that match?
I'm leaving it alone just because it could be any score, but again,
Okay.
if you fancy a couple of quid, definitely on 8-1 or 8-0.
Yeah.
Which probably priced around about 7 or 8 to 1.
Yeah.
Because Michael Van Gogh is in such good form and Wright is just not playing well at all.
Yeah. And finally, obviously, there's a few prop bets that are available for night 15s. There's specials. So, for example, one of them is any player to lose 8-0. So you could put literally, it's odds of 15 there. So you could put literally £1 on that. That would be like an interesting prop bet. There's another one here, odds of 4 to 6 on there being a drawn match on 9:15 or 11 to 10 on no draw match. Now, I'm going to guess you're going for the no draw match at this point.
Yeah, again, I picked my 3 winners, and obviously the 4th winner would be Van Gogh. And so I don't think there will be a draw this week. But again, in previous weeks, we've tipped up a draw. And it's come in at a nice, handy price. But yeah, I think this week there'll be all winners.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to read more darts week 15, there, Premier League week darts 15, head on over to oddsmarket.com, hit the more page, and you'll read more about Russ Yershon's darts picks there. Russ, a pleasure. Obviously, as always, I'll see you tomorrow on the Premier League Punters Show. You, myself, and Flash. It is the last week 38. The last week of Premier League Punters Show. So I look forward to seeing you then. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.